we should assign people to our bases and our installations based on their skills and based on the needs of America's security, not based on wokeism. Now, we do have policies to provide for family members. Gosh, if we had a member of our military who could have a family member that could only receive a certain type of medical treatment at a specific place, we would do everything we could to accommodate them. And our military has policies to do that. But we have now heard reports that those compassionate care policies are being tortured and perverted into a basis to not have military service members in states like Florida and Texas that have sensible laws reflecting the values of our communities. And I asked the Secretary of the Air Force, Frank Kendall, about whether these policies were affecting our military, whether they were being used in this way. Is it the position of the Air Force that if someone has a transsexual family member and they don't want to go to a state like Florida or Texas, that you will accommodate their request to not go to Florida or Texas based on the gender issues of a family member?
If a service member is under treatment for a recognized medical condition, such as gender dysphoria, and they cannot get that treatment in the state to which they might be assigned, then they could be assigned to another state.
I'm now quoting from Undersecretary Gina Ortiz, who said, "We are closely tracking state laws and legislation to ensure we're prepared to mitigate effects to our airmen, guardsmen, and families." And again, this is dealing with the transsexual issue with the Exceptional Family Member Program. So which state laws and local laws are you particularly concerned about?
We have people in our major installations who track local conditions, including state laws, all the time.
Which ones?
That's what they do, all of them. If there's a change in divorce laws just occurred in one of the states, it could affect our members. So our people have to be aware of that so they can provide counseling to people if they need it. And now we get the whole story. This report from the Daily Wire: U.S. Army considering letting soldiers change base if local laws offend their choice of gender. The policy would ostensibly sanction soldiers to declare that certain states are too racist, too homophobic, too sexist, or otherwise discriminatory to be able to live there safely and comfortably. And they are citing a report from military.com. This is going to hurt America's readiness, and it also is going to deprive us of access to key investments that we've made for our military capabilities. I mean, if we now live in a world where DOD has gone so woke that they want to punish the military mission in Florida, in Texas, in Oklahoma, in Arizona, and other states, well then the investments we made in the Gulf Test Range, in other weapon systems, in our supply chain and where we build things to be able to ensure that our military is capable of victory, all of that will take second fiddle to wokeism coming out of the Pentagon. And it's crazy. And so I asked the Secretary of the Air Force about it. Now we see it evolving in the Army. This is what we'll fight for. We'll fight for a military that is prepared, that is capable, that is lethal, that is survivable, and that is unwoke. Because that is what the patriotism of our service members and that is what the security of our country demands.